Welcome back into the Sports Source. The segment brought to you by Madisonville Marine. The folks at Highway 411 North down there are open, but they ask that you call ahead and make an appointment rather than just dropping in. Social distancing, they're all about it. They have also extended their boat show pricing, all those deals, all those rebates, that incredible selection. They're going right through April 30th. Madisonville Marine, let me tell you, there's no better way to social distance than out on a Tennessee lake in a boat by yourself. Madisonville Marine. All right. The NFL draft is scheduled to take place in a couple of weeks. It will be done virtually, so everything's online with everyone webcasting from their homes, which does ask the question about hackers. It's going to be interesting to see if anything goes on with the NFL draft. But there are a couple of mock drafts that are out there that go 7 rounds, and I wanted to look at them and see where Tennessee's guys are listed. So we did that yesterday. Let's show you the first one here. USA Today has their mock draft out, 7-round mock draft. Only 2 Vols taken. In their view, Darrell Taylor going in the 4th round, pretty low. 6th round for Jauan Jennings, 1 to the Browns, 1 to the Vikings. That is it. No Callaway, no Batuli, no Wood Anderson, no Warrior. Then you look at the Sporting News. They have 3 guys in. Now, they got Jauan Jennings and Darrell Taylor both in the 3rd round. So Jennings anywhere from 3rd to 6th, according to those mock drafts. Taylor, 3rd or 4th. Then you got Daniel Batuli going in the 7th round, but no Callaway, no Wood Anderson, no Warrior. First of all, just your thoughts. Do you expect to see, I think we all expect to see Taylor and Jennings taken. Do you expect to see Batuli taken?
I do. I think that when you turn on the tape and you watch how good he is, how productive he is, if you just see the football player, he was a tackling machine, I thought, at Tennessee. You could also take the first 2 games Tennessee played where he wasn't out there, including Georgia State. And it's like this defense is not together. It doesn't have chemistry. They're discombobulated. He came back on that team, and I thought the defense got better. I just think he's a really good football player who should be drafted. Okay, maybe he's not the greatest in pass coverage, but I think he will be drafted.
Okay, and let me ask you about Marquez Callaway. This is a guy, 4.55 40 at the combine, didn't help himself really. But you look at his punt return ability, you would think that would be an added draw for teams. He's not in either of the mock drafts. Vince, do you think Marquez Callaway gets a shot? In the draft?
Yes, yeah.
You think somebody will take him?
I think there's a good chance that someone will take him late because he does have some explosiveness late. He has that special teams value, which Batuli brings as well, too. He plays special teams, and I think that's a great value also. But, yeah, Callaway, I think it's unfortunate that he didn't get to kind of talk his way through and maybe run a better time at a Tennessee Pro Day. But I think he has a good chance to be the 3rd guy for Tennessee.
Okay, and the one guy I want to mention who I feel sorry for is Nigel Warrior. Because when you look at the importance, I mean, a combine invitation this year due to the COVID stuff, that was like the Willy Wonka golden ticket, because that's the only place where, for the most part, unless you're at a Senior Bowl type event, it's the only place where these teams were able to get a doctor with you, which a lot of these guys want to see a doctor with you. They get to see who it is that's hitting the clock when they're timing you face to face. The fact that Nigel Warrior didn't get an invite to the combine, it's always tough on those type guys to get in there and get drafted. It's especially difficult this year, I think. His agents have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, and with Warrior, it'll be interesting to me because I didn't think he had reached his potential as being a 4-star when he signed with Tennessee. And then he played really well against Georgia. And from I thought the Georgia game on, he was a really good football player. I think he ended up with 4 interceptions. He was an all-SEC caliber player from that point on. I wonder if scouts will look and say, boy, this guy turned it on late in his career. Maybe it was better coaching. We have seen now his potential, what he can do. Maybe before that, maybe he wasn't coached that well. We don't know. But I just wonder if you would put more emphasis on the last, 8 games or so that he played versus the earlier part of his career and say, we're willing to take a chance on that guy because we saw a lot we liked the last 8 games.
Because he's borderline, I think some teams will look at who his dad was. And if they had relationships with him, I think that could give him a little boost. Now, maybe it ends up being, hey, we want you as a priority free agent. And that's in play for Batuli, for Callaway, for Warrior as well. So I think that could help Warrior also.
But difficult to get drafted this year. If you're not high on the list and you don't get the combine invite, It's especially tough, tougher than usual.
And if you
simply
have
because you're cut
questions,
off.
if you have questions like a Jennings, he's not able to answer
That's
those
right.
questions with a lot of teams. I think it hurts him too.
Yeah, I mean, even if you are doing the FaceTime kind of things,
Right.
it's still different than being in the room.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, okay, when we come back, let's dive deep into UT football news. We got recruiting, we got transfers, even an NCAA ruling that could impact future balls. Going back on the Sports Source.